Hello everyone, how are you doing? This is Bridget of Bridging Healthcare, and it's such an honor to be back again to talk about what I love talking about, to teach you, to educate you, to support you, to hear from you, to just give my own 2 cents, and then we'll grow together. So today we're going to be discussing one of the topics in it's the introductory of it's an introductory course, and I'm going to be having a talk on it. And I would like you, if you are doing your NVQ level 2 or NVQ level 3, you will see it is the bedrock of what we do. And I'm going to start with Tom Kitwood saying, if you go online and research Tom Kitwood, he is the grandmaster of person-centered care, and he said in 2007, he was the one that postulated the person-centered care and made it a thing. So today I'm going to be talking about person-centered care. What is person-centered care by means of definition? I'm going to give you a few examples, and I'm going to tell you the principles of a person-centered care and why it is important in health and social care. I will tell you your role as a healthcare professional, what you need to do. I will tell you the role of your organization, and I will tell you the advantages and disadvantages of person-centered care. It doesn't have disadvantages, to be honest, but I will critically discuss it. Okay, so let us jump in. If you have not subscribed to my channel, no problem, I'll forgive you. Now click on the subscribe button. Yeah, the subscribe button, then click on the share button, and then you can also click on the bell so that every time I come online or I have dropped a new video, you will be among the first to know. So let's go into the meat of the day. How is work? Good. How do you present yourself at work? How do you do your work? What is person-centered care? Person-centered care is an approach that treats a person respectfully as an individual or as a human being. It is not just a condition to be treated. So person-centered care promotes treating the person that you are supporting as an individual. You know, it is promoting that individual's person. Just exactly the way I said it. Person-centered care is promoting and respecting an individual first, seeing the person first before seeing the condition, and not, name tagging a person as a condition. So it is the respect, the value, the dignity that you place on an individual that you are supporting. And it was postulated by Tom Kitwood in 2007. And there are so many conversations around it. There are conversations around personhood, and he started it, and so many people jumped on the bandwagon and they begin to promote and talk about it. Person-centered care is the bedrock of what we do in health and social care. If you are a health care professional and you are not practicing in a person-centered manner, or you run a care home, or you have a home care organization, you will have a lot of problems. You will definitely have a lot of problems. So it is the bedrock, and we must practice person-centered care. That being said, I'm going to try to give us the principles first. And once we're done with the principles, then I will tell us the advantages and why it is important, and if you don't practice it, what you are liable to. All right. So for the purpose of this class, I'm going to be talking about, the principles, but I want to first explain what it includes. So person-centered care includes clear information and communication and support for individuals. So now we're delving into the principles, but I'm trying to make it quite explanatory. So if you are supporting an individual, you want to assist them with personal care. Person-centered care, one of the principles, is respect. Respect. So you respect the individual. What do you do when you respect somebody? So you're coming into the room, whether the person is awake or asleep, knock on the door. Is respect. That is how you promote respect. Asking before you do anything, taking permission before you do anything. You want to support somebody with their meal, respect their preferences. What would you like to eat? I would like my cereal heated up. I used to have a service user that she preferred her cereal hot. So when you put the cereal and you put the milk, you will put it in the microwave and make sure that it is hot enough and not burning, but just hot enough so that she's not having it cold. So you respect her preferences. So because you've read the care plan, you have an idea of what this person wants. And even if you've read the care plan, it's always good to ask. It's respectful to ask. So respect people's preferences. You know, if somebody doesn't like people wearing shoes in their house, why would you wear shoes into their house? If you know that you can't wear shoes, then get a shoe cover. Your company can provide you with a shoe cover. Make sure you wear a shoe cover. Even if you're in a care home and the individual's room, their system, their belief is don't wear shoe into my room. Please do not wear a shoe cover if you don't want to go without shoes. Number 2, so we have talked about promoting respect. Number 2, dignity, promoting dignity. And what is dignity? So valuing an individual's choices, valuing an individual's person, how they see themselves. When you promote dignity, it's just like you want to support somebody with personal care and people are passing by and you don't think you should close the door. You don't think you should ask them first. Promoting dignity is, you know, you want to assist with personal care. If you are able to do it for you now as a care worker, if you want to support, if you want to have your personal care, won't you close the bathroom door? So close the bathroom door and always tell them, I want to wash your groin. I want to wash your, can you? So that is a way of promoting dignity. Then you know that this person, according to their care plan, they love to wear skirts. That is their style. They love flowered skirts. Why wouldn't you just bring choices of flowered skirts for them? Or you can ask them, would you like to wear a skirt today, or you would like to wear a jumper or a trouser or something? Promoting dignity is respecting who the person is, seeing the person and respecting what they respect, valuing what they value while you are in their space. Good. The next thing, so we've talked about dignity. So promoting choices is another thing. Promoting choices. So why should we promote choice? Because it makes people feel powerful. It makes people feel I'm here as well. A lot of people that are being supported in their homes or in care homes or in hospitals, sometimes they feel, oh, all the power is taken off me. So it's always good to let them know, remind them that it's their choice. I remember I used to support a lady and, you know, because she felt, oh, you people are coming into my home. I did do something and I learned it from a colleague, bless her. Get the keys of the house and give to the lady and said, this is your house. You own this house. You bought everything in this house. If you want me to leave, I will leave. Of course, I knew I was not going to leave, but I will respect her choice at that time to step out of her space. So this is something that I will encourage us all to do. And, you know, it just makes you good at your job. And then it also makes the person to trust you. I will put that in the importance. The next thing is autonomy, promoting autonomy. So an individual has the right to choose to make their decision. They can choose not to take their medication. As far as they are deemed to have mental capacity, they can choose not to take their medication, and you have to respect that. Everything must be done in the individual's best interest. In the individual's best interest, guys. Please don't forget, whatever you are doing, make sure that it is in the person's best interest. Don't do anything because, oh, this is what, if the person said they don't want to do it, just record that the person said they don't want to do it. That settles it, you know, but you can't force people. You can't force people to do what they don't want to do. So that is one of the principles. Another thing is you can promote confidence of the individual. You can by supporting them to do. So promoting them by empowering them to do. So if somebody you're supporting with personal care and the individual is able to wash their back by themselves or wash their face by themselves, let them wash their face by themselves. If somebody is able to feed themselves, no matter how slow, don't be in a hurry. Give them that right, let them do that by themselves. Give them a spoon, let them feed themselves. It's always care workers always think, I will do this quicker. Please, it's not a good method. I know that we are time constrained, but if you need more time, you can ask for more time from your employer or from social service or whoever is providing that support, whoever is funding it. If you know that this person, it will help to rehabilitate the person. So it's empowering. And then finally, I will talk about individualizing the care. Make sure that the care is person-centered. How can you individualize care? So you don't make it functional for everybody. Like this person prefers, it's time to, let's say, for instance, you want to, let me give you an example. Let's assume that you want to make eggs. And Mrs. A prefers that her egg is half done. And Mrs. B prefers that her egg is fully done. If you ask questions promoting respect, dignity, you will be able to know. And then please don't do half done egg and say, oh, this is how I do mine. It's really nice. You're not there to introduce your own thing. You can mention it, but no, the way they want it is the way they want it. So when we don't respect it, then we're not giving person-centered care. Okay? So I have listed the principles. Now I'm going to talk about the importance of person-centered care. Number one, person-centered care promotes rehabilitation because number one, you are encouraging the person to do some things by themselves. Remember, autonomy, they are making their own decisions, they are making their choices. Also, you are empowering them to also take part in whatever you are doing. They are also taking part in decision making and all. So it helps to rehabilitate people. It makes people come out more. It also makes them gain your trust. They trust that, oh, this person will not do anything to harm me, or this person is not here to take my power from me. This person is only here to support me and just to promote my well-being. And I think that alone makes your job easier. You don't struggle with them. For instance, if you're working with someone that lives with a mental health condition, or the person has a history of being neglected or abused, you can't just jump in. No, you can't just jump in. Person-centered care is very important, most especially if you are supporting adults. Even when you're supporting children, it is important to respect their wishes. It's important. If you come into somebody's house and the person does not like women leaving their head open, it won't kill you to do that just within that time. It just makes them comfortable. It makes them respect. You should respect their point of view. Their point of view is their point of view, and that is where it's also part of respect and dignity. Respect people's choices, respect people's point of view. It makes them comfortable, it makes them relax, it makes them feel at home. It also makes the job easier on you as a healthcare professional. Another importance is that it makes you good at what you do. It makes you acceptable. It makes you good at what you do. It makes you acceptable. It's a very professional way to work with people. All right? So I will advise us, please take it on board. Please take it on board. Don't just say you are just doing something, I will just follow it like this. No, you have to be flexible. And people's needs changes daily. People's choices can change. Somebody might say they want to wear a flowered skirt today, and tomorrow they want to wear a plain doll skirt. Please ask every day, would you like this? Would you like that? And do it with a smiley face. You know the truth? How you present yourself to people matters. It also matters. It also affects how they accept your support. So I'm going to advise you, always put on a smile. Always have a smile on your face. Now, what are the drawbacks? The drawbacks is that sometimes you will stay longer than expected. If for instance, the person is not eating quickly because of their condition, they're a bit slow, you may have to take more time and report this to your employer. Report it to your employer. It's always important to report when you are doing your notes. Reporting is king. I think I've talked about it in some of the videos I've done previously. If you want to hear about reporting, go back and check them. But I think I'm going to work on a video that is more detailed on reporting, because reporting is king. Okay. Another drawback is that you might have to, do some things that, if you feel you're not comfortable doing it, you can speak to employer, and then you don't have to be the person that will support that client. So if, for instance, you're the kind of person that will never cover your hair, or you will never maybe take off your shoe or wear shoe covers, you have your rights as a healthcare professional. So that's why it's important, before you go into your client, you have read their care plan, you have a good understanding if it's something you're not able to do because of your beliefs or your person. Because even though you are respecting the client, you also deserve some respect. So that is why you need to look back at yourself, look back at your own. If something that you cannot do, talk to your employer. You don't like pets, talk to your employer. In my own thinking, if you are going into a client and they've got a pet, they shouldn't keep the pet in another room because you are coming in. If they do that, bless them. But I think that they have rights. You're coming to them in their own home. That is if you are in home care. And if you're in a care home and they have a pet parrot or a pet snake, check well that is something you can do. If it's not something you can do, you don't have to do it. You really don't have to do it. Because when you come into that space, you must be able to accommodate that pet within that time that you are there. I used to have a client, oh God, he's got this lovely, lovely dog. She's a princess. Every time you come into the room, the dog is always coming to sniff you, and I was comfortable. Do you know it makes them accept you? The client is comfortable because a man's pet sometimes is their best friend. So you can't tell me that this person has a pet and you can, if you know that you are not comfortable, put it in your, let your company know that I can't go into places where there are pets, or I can't support male, I can't support female, and that is the crux of the matter. So I believe that today we have discussed what person-centered care is. We have defined person-centered care as treating a person respectfully, seeing them as an individual. And we have talked about the importance of person-centered care, and we've listed principles of person-centered care. I discussed choice, respect, dignity, promoting autonomy, involving people in their care, and just general. I talked about the principles of person-centered care. I talked about the advantages, and I talked a bit about the drawbacks. And I mentioned your role as a healthcare professional. Your role is to read your client's care plan and have a good understanding of who your client is before you get into the client's house. That way you can support them appropriately. Guys, this is the bedrock of what we do. If you're not ready to give person-centered care, you're not ready. And person-centered care is for both adults, children, people you're supporting, whether it's support, whether it's health care, whether you are a nurse, whether it's a doctor, every sphere across the health and social care. You must practice person-centered care. You even practice person-centered care in raising children, raising teenagers, being a parent, being a partner, or a husband or a wife, even treating people. Don't you see that you have a few friends that when you are with this friend, you're this certain type of person. There's some jokes you allow, and then if you are in this kind of space, so you're accommodating. Person-centered care is just being accommodating and welcoming and open and seeing people the way they need to be seen. So guys, I want to thank you for another opportunity to talk with you, to share my bits with you, to support you, and to be the light. As I said earlier, my name is Bridget, and this is Bridging Healthcare, and I'm glad to be back again on this screen. And I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear what you learned from this. I'm going to give you a little quiz. You can answer the question at the comment section. So, first question. What is it that you need to do before you go and support a client? What is it that you need to do before you go and support an individual? That is number one. The second question is, when you do not practice person-centered care, how do you think your clients will feel? And the third question, are there rules guiding person-centered care? Please put your response in the comment section. And if you have a link to a document, I would like to see it. All right, my name is Bridget, and thank you for your time. If you want to talk to me, you can send me an email on ezobiakobridget@gmail.com. It will be an honor, and please keep being amazing at your job. See you in a bit. Bye.